Hello YouTube, this is We All Juggle Knives. In this video I'm going to go over my top 6 picks for utility knives. Yes, I have a lot of viewers who work in shipping, inventory, stocking, things like that, and they open a lot of boxes, they cut a lot of cardboard. Now, as a gear reviewer and a knife collector, I open a lot of packages myself, and I cut up a ton of cardboard for the recycling bin. Alright, so I've got some utility knives here, and also in the category of utility knives, I'm going to be including box cutters in the same category because they're so closely related and they're both used for a lot of the same stuff. Okay, so my top 6 utility knives or cutters in this video. Okay, this is the Stanley Fat Max snap-off. It's a snap-off type cutter. Now, this top 6 is not going to be in any specific order because some of these are going to be better for some things than others. All right, now this is huge. First of all, for a utility knife, this thing is massive. It's heavy. It's very well built. You know, this gets props for durability. This feels like a real tool. All right, it does not feel like you know, some flimsy craft thing or something. How this works? You see the blades there. You push this forward, right, and you see like those are the snap-off blades. All right, so you push it forward, and it has this wheel here. All right, and you rotate it that way to tighten it. Okay, so that's how you tighten it down, and then rotate it the other way, all right, to loosen it. All right, so you see how that works. When one blade gets dull, you push it forward, you snap it off, and you advance the new blade. So this is really a whole bunch of blades in one. Now this thing is great for a number of reasons. Number one, because it is so large, it gives you a very good grip, right? It gives you a lot of positive control. It gives you a very safe grip. It's very durable. If you drop it on like a concrete floor, it's gonna survive. And of course you have all the extra blades carried right on it. So this is one thing I would recommend for a garage or a workshop or a large toolbox. Now, because it is so big and heavy, I don't recommend this for traveling around. It's not super portable. It's more something you keep in your garage or workshop, but it's great for that. Okay, moving right along to more portable utility knives. This is the Milwaukee Fastback. It has a button lock mechanism, so you cannot deploy the blade without disengaging the lock. You just press this button here, that disengages the lock, and then it locks when it gets to there, and you cannot fold it back up again without disengaging it. All right, so it's like it's a button lock. You just press that. That's how you disengage it. If one hand is occupied, you can also flip it out like that. Very convenient. Now, one great thing about this is the monster finger groove that really locks you in. It gives you a lot of safety to your grip, a lot of control there. Another great thing is the wire pocket clip. All right, so you can walk around. If you work in a big warehouse, you can you know, clip this in your pocket. I also like how much edge is exposed. You got a good length of edge to work with. The tip is very prominent and allows for a strong draw cut. Now, if you are left-handed, you're probably going to push the button with your pointer finger there, like so, right? If you're right-handed, I would imagine you would press it with your thumb, like so. So, I'm left-handed, but it works well for righties or for lefties. So yeah, this is a great, more portable one. And number 3, another Stanley. This is the Stanley QuickSlide. I saw this on my friend Muddy Desires channel. You see how that works there. And this is another one that's very portable. All right, it has a built-in swing gate wire carabiner there. Slightly flimsy on that wire part, but it's all right. You got a pocket clip there. So again, this is something that you can go around with if you work at a large store or warehouse. Very convenient. It's also just convenient day to day for EDC everyday carry. Even if you do carry a folding knife, it's really convenient to have one of these as well, just because of how good it is for the draw cut. And this feels really well made. Feels really solid and well made for what it is. And you see how it works there. Alright, so the Stanley QuickSlide, and just for a comparison between that Fastback, there you go. You know, this is a little bit thicker, and you know, this can do the swing open. This doesn't, you know, swing open like that, but it's a little bit thinner, and it's basically a little bit more portable even than this. So a lot of pluses and minuses. They're both basically high quality. Number 4, Gerber Exchange-A-Blade, or EAB. This is a well-known, you know, item. This has been around for a while. I'm sure a lot of people know about it. Now I have the benchmark ceramic blade in there, but it takes regular steel ones as well. And now talk about portable. This is a liner lock. Talk about portable and compact. This is kind of as portable as it gets. And you see, you know, if your main concern is ease of carry, right, then this is how you want to go. Right, so the Gerber EAB, great for what it is. And next we have the Red Devil box cutter. Looks pretty cool. This is a very high quality box cutter. In order to deploy the blade, you press the end against a hard surface. All right, and to put it back, you do that. Now the difference between the Red Devil cutter and like cheap dollar ones is that the cheaper ones, such as this, the blade comes out too easily, right? The blade just comes right out. So you can't carry this in your pocket safely, because if you bump against anything, all of a sudden there's an exposed razor in your pocket, right? So in order to use these, you usually have to put some tape on that or clamp it down in a vise to tighten it up. Okay, so the cheap box cutters like this are dangerous because they're too loose. This is not loose. I can hit that and it's not going to come out if you bump it, right? You have to decisively press it against a hard surface. Okay, so this is much tighter tolerances, much safer for you. All right, so just, it's safer and it looks cooler. Red Devil box cutter. And to replace the razor blade, you pull that out, and you can replace the razor blade like so, just as normal. But the Red Devils, yeah, I've found much better tolerances, much tighter, much safer than the cheaper ones. So Red Devil recommended. And last but not least, this is an Olfa. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it's an Olfa brand box cutter. They call it a carton cutter, but it's basically the same as a box cutter. They just call it a carton cutter. But it's a Japanese-made product. And this is also a snap-off variety. And just like the Red Devil, you have to press it against a hard surface to deploy the blade, right? And it's fairly tight, so if you accidentally bump against it like that, it's not going to deploy and be a danger to you. Okay, so good tolerances there. It's safe. Now, as far as advancing the blade, basically you pull this part out, and I have another one that I've already taken apart. You just pull this center part out from its casing, and then what you have here, right, is this part, okay, and you open it like that, and to advance the blade, right, you just move it forward and line those holes up right with those holes there, and you snap off the dull blade and replace it with a fresh blade, so you keep advancing it, as you use it. So this is really, several box cutters in one, so to speak. So that is the Olfa, kind of the best of both worlds. It's a good box cutter and the snap-off feature, very nice. Okay, so there you go, my top 6 picks for utility knives and or box cutters. They're not very expensive. I mean, you could get all of these for less than the price of one fancy collectible folder. I do recommend them all for different tasks. Some are better for home use, some are better for hard use, and some are better for super portability. Right? But I hope this has been useful to you. This has been We All Juggle Knives. I'm out.